Hey, good to see you.
Hey, you too.
All right, are you ready?
Well, not really. Dr. says, hi, Caitlin. So how are you doing?
I'm good.
This guy, I don't know him. Who's
Grandma.
How old is Cole?
Hello. I gotta ask you this. Do you think this is stuck in the door? Cars and I have been getting along too well lately. Okay,
There you go.
There.
Okay. Oh, get buckled, Grandma.
Only I've been there twice, but then we meet these people and you sit around and talk to them and kind of reminds you of Ireland, how you know if you go to these bars, except well, they do have drinks. They don't have music, which I'm thankful for. And then so we really got to know them, and I think she gave me something she made. Yeah, I gotta find this because I want to give it to Caitlin. Do you see what it is? She made it. Look what it's made out of. You can,
Oh, it's out of candy.
or have you ever seen those?
No, that's so cute.
You can have it. That's for you.
Oh, thank you. I want some candy.
You behave yourself. Don't mind. Of course, he met somebody he knew.
20 years ago, he said, I think I know you. I didn't know him, but he knew me.
Okay.
All right, where are we heading
First
to?
stop.
Grandma?
I don't know where.
Well,
I don't know where we're going.
We were gonna
Where
go.
do you want to go?
Probably
You want to go
south
to
of
my
town.
Home? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, probably.
My original home?
yeah,
Okay.
that's the one right off the highway, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's about 9
Let's
miles
do that,
south.
and then we'll just
Okay.
jump the fence.
Sneak
Sneak
the fence.
Sneak out
Sneak
the
in.
door.
We can probably just drive in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Okay.
That's where we lived. We had this old farmhouse, really old farmhouse, so we built this new one that's still standing, and somebody, the person that bought it, I think, in many later years, you know, they said, oh, we'll never get rid of that house because it's built so well.
Do you like the bigger screen?
I do, uh-huh.
Makes it a little easier to type. And your pictures should be better than your...
That's what they say.
If you do like this one?
No,
a little bit, the next,
Yeah, that's
but on the right here, it's coming up pretty fast. This was my folks' bedroom.
Right in the front?
Uh-huh. We each had our own room.
Which one was yours?
The top. And Jan had the one on the south, and Janelle, I guess, had this one. See, they must have put siding on this. It used to be asbestos, you know, and you know how you have to get rid of that. So they did. I was wondering if they did. I just remember us three girls sitting, kind of holding Joni and Jackie. We were sitting there. I guess I remember it because those days you got these permanents, and you know we all had that curly hair. I don't know if that picture is around, but but now that looks a lot smaller. The oldest, and then Janice is next to be about 14 months younger than Janelle. She lives over by David City now, and then Joni is the one out in Connecticut, and Jackie is the one in North Platte. She's just about close to retirement. Well, she's close to retirement. She isn't quite retired yet. I got picked on the most. Probably Jan and Janelle both were, you know, next in line. Joni and Jackie, they were that much younger, so we were nicer to them. We had all those trees in the back. We used to play out there, make all these playhouses, and that was a lot of fun. Maybe that's why I like trees. Got hurt? Oh, okay. I stepped in a pitchfork when I was playing in a hayrack, and I don't remember if my sister went in and told my mom. I can't remember how that happened. But anyway, she came out, pulled it out, and I never had a tetanus shot. And I survived. So when I started to school, I was actually 5 and a half. I was wearing a bedroom slipper because of that. It's been 42 when I started to school. Well, this is just a little extra thing. You know how we didn't all have bikes and all that, but my dad had a bike, and a boy's bike, you know, with the narrow wheels, you know, now they have them again, but and I learned to ride that summer before I started to school. Around the yard, I remember riding that around the yard.
How old are you?
About, you know, just about 5 and a half. Well, but I would be about 5 and a half, yeah. I'm thinking when they got married, I think my dad was 21 and my mom maybe 24, because she was about 4 years older than he. You know, we had our mailbox, you know, about a quarter of a mile, so a lot of times we walked out there. And in later years, I had so many dreams about walking up and down that lane, seeing the green grass on the sides. It wasn't bad or anything, because I mean, I don't think we hated doing it, but I mean, it's just something we did. And then all of a sudden they stopped. Haven't had that for a long time. My dad, he was like one of the first ones to get irrigation, and so we had the siphon tubes at that time, and that was kind of fun. I had, you know, we got to start them, and I could do that better than my sisters. So that was kind of fun trying to get that started, you know, you're kind of proud of yourself, you know. Jobs were to, you know, get cobs in for the stove and things like that. And in later years, it seems like I'm always the one that did the cleaning. Nobody else did. When I was a teenager more. And then you probably heard the story of, you know, when it got really muddy and bad, my dad would take the wagon and the horses and drive us to school. And I just thought, oh my gosh, that's such a waste of time for him. I just remember thinking that, why is he doing this, you know? And it didn't happen real often, but, you know, it wasn't probably just a dirt road then at that time.
Was the highway busy back then?
Probably not like this. There were no houses up on the bluff, on the bluffs over there, and I always thought, gee, that'd be, in a little later years, you know, I thought that'd be a nice place to have houses, and now they are.
Well, there it is.
Yeah. Which was their place? Right over there. Or what is that over there then?
Over there.
You see that building, that white with the red?
Yeah, that's clear across the section.
Well, that's what I was asking, yeah. I guess, yeah, I can tell it
That'd
now.
be-
Yeah, I know,
That'd be Dwayne Smith's.
Is
farm.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where his great-grandpa lived right there. That place, you go right by it.
Where do you want them to go?
Let's go to
Take
the-
a right.
Before the cars come. Wait, there's a car coming.
No, I'm taking them past their great-grandpa's house where Salinoni lived. That's where your dad lived. That's where your dad lived before he moved over here.
Over that ditch. Oh, I guess they aren't so bad. No.
Go past it. Just
They were just waiting there wondering what we're doing.
Just drive
I
past.
can't
it.
put
Should
on
we
my
ask
blinker.
Do you
No,
want
go
to go
forward
in
and then
or just
come back around once they pull up.
Get motion them to come to you and we'll talk. Tell
Yeah.
them what to do. See your anatomy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm Kenny. Well, I know anatomy. And you're living here, aren't you, Adam?
Yeah.
Well, this is Marlene. She was Marlene Janicek, and her grandpa, her dad lived here for years, and her grandpa lived here.
like Sal Janicek?
Yeah.
That's that'd be my uncle. See Cyrus Janicek? Do you know where they lived right over there?
Yeah.
That's my dad.
Oh, that
Was my dad.
Cyrus was your dad?
Yes,
Oh.
yes. I'm the oldest of the 5, yeah.
Okay.
I'm Marlene, and yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember your folks. We take a picture of the house on the outside,
Absolutely.
Or should we just, can we drive in there? Or should we take it from here? It's
Oh,
almost,
you can go in there. We can't even keep paint on that darn house for some reason. I don't know.
yeah, that looks like the house, except they can't keep paint on it, I guess. This is actually where my dad, Cyrus Janicek, was raised. And so his parents, they probably built the place up, I don't know.
All right, let's go hunt down this schoolhouse.
This isn't a very good road to be sending him on.
Oh boy. Let's see what this van has.
Oh, I thought it was a little deeper rut there.
I don't have the water with a splash. I shouldn't say that. What's that, a cat?
So it's a black cat. It's
Black
gonna
Get
cross
it going,
your
nobody
path.
across the path.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it did cross it.
Oh, there you
We
go.
had enough bad luck.
I don't think it's black enough.
Yeah.
It's not black. It's not real black. It's more tigerish, so it's all right.
Did you use this lane to go to school?
Yes, and we walked, Laura, we walked home. Not all the time, but you know, they always say, you know, we walked through blizzards and walked over from school. Yes, it was like 2 miles, but I mean, you know, we didn't really mind it. My mom would pick us up when my dad didn't, and she would just, you know, probably didn't know how to drive before she was married. Maybe, I don't even know for sure, but you know how girls were in those days. And then,
How were they in those days growing up?
well, my mom didn't get to go to high school. I mean, she really wanted to, but her folks wouldn't let her. And she said she would even walk. But anyway, when she picked us up from school, then she just drove really slow, you know, because, you know, I mean, women, oh, I shouldn't say everybody, but I mean, you know, it was always the guys kind of drove, you know, when you went places. And
Did she know how to drive?
oh yeah. The main car I remember after that car was a 1950 Ford.
Oh.
Yeah, light green. And that was probably when I started to high school. So then, because I can always remember this one girlfriend of mine, we were sitting in the car, and I mean, you know, I thought, I had a new car, you know, finally. And, I mean, we didn't think that at that age, I mean, that time. But this girl said, oh, this is really a cheap car, you know. She would I don't know, she wasn't a friend for real long, but she's just certain things, certain lines you remember all your life. Down the corner, you know, across the road right over there. That's where the schoolhouse. So if you want to turn right,
Okay.
at least this is where I think it is, but because it was moved. And I would say, you know, I don't know if it's that first, on the left side of the road, it might be that first set of trees, I'm not sure. Okay, now if you just slow up a whole lot, let me see, because I thought maybe that white building over there, you could really drive in there, I think, too.
Are these people gonna get mad if we're just driving onto their house?
Oh, no.
I don't see a good.
These are just old farm people that are friendly farm people. Remember, we're not in San Francisco.
Everybody gets a kick out of that.
Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. No, you know, not seeing it. That looks like a newer building. So this isn't it. I just saw maybe from the road.
It's a fun little merry-go-round they have there.
Was it?
Yeah.
America-round?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, there's
Maybe
one
that
there.
was our old merry-go-round. I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh, turn around, I think.
We spent a lot of time on that merry-go-round. Oh, don't go down the ditch there. Oh, I guess this isn't a really steep one. Oh my God.
Is that it?
Oh, I bet that is an old one.
It easily could be.
I bet my last dollar on that.
Do you know these people? All right, Grandma, let's get out. We'll run out quickly and then spin you on the merry-go-round.
Well, you know, should
What if she breaks
I
the
go
board?
talk to the people if they're home?
Well, maybe.
Or don't you want me to?
No, you can. Maybe.
They're all good. They're all good.
Oh, we got dogs
got a
everywhere.
dog here. Hi, doggy.
Oh my
There,
gosh.
I can shut that.
Yeah, not
We
going.
like you, doggy.
They'll really be mad at you.
Oh, they're coming on this
Hi, little
side.
doggies.
Oh, that one only has one eye.
Doggy. Uh-oh, here comes another one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Our old park, I bet it is. You know, because how many people would have a merry-go-round?
Yeah.
You know, that's close. And we spent oops. Thought I was going to go through it. We spent a lot of time on this merry-go-round. Should I go around?
Yeah, go around.
We're going around and talking. Okay, one more time and that's it. Oh, this was amazing that you saw that. Oh my goodness. That was our main thing, or to play Andy I Over. A lot of memories in there of that old merry-go-round. Huh?
Thank you.
Time to go.
Them bearings are really nice. And
Yeah, it spins pretty nice still.
that's really great.
Yeah, let's keep hunting for the school.
Should we try and
I should really call Janelle while we're here.
Let's call her up.
Yeah.
Do you have her number in your phone?
Well, I know
You've
it.
got, oh, I forget people actually remember numbers.
I do a few. Hello, Janelle. Janelle? Oh, hi. Can you hear me? Oh, yeah, you'll be surprised where I'm at. But we're out where our old schoolhouse was. And do you know where that is exactly? Because I know Dee Dee took pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
where it is?
Yeah. Where are you right now?
We're about a mile north of the road, you know.
Well, you know they moved it, though, don't you?
Well, yes, uh-huh.
Well, you know where St. Joe's Church is.
Well, yes. It's way over there?
Yeah, it's a mile south of there.
Oh, way over there? Oh.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
thought it was close around over here.
Oh, well, you kind of have to walk through the field to get to it, because I remember them doing that.
Oh.
Okay, go a mile east on the highway there, and then turn north
Yes, I know where it's at.
Oh,
Let's
a
go.
mile east.
on the highway.
Okay, a mile. Reggie's, you go a mile east and then a mile north.
It's in between that mile and St. Joe Church. It's right in the middle of there.
Okay. But guess what? We were driving out of this place because I thought maybe that was it. You know, you couldn't see those buildings from the road that much. Anyway, here he said, oh, there's an old merry-go-round. I said, oh my gosh, so we went back in there. I'm just betting that's the merry-go-round.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that surprises me because I didn't know it was over there. Okay, we got to keep moving because they've got a schedule here. But
Okay.
okay, we'll try and find it. Okay. Do you guys remember what she said? A mile east
Ken
and then a
knows.
mile north.
Ken knows where it's at.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I've
Bye.
been right up to it so many times I didn't know it was it. We had a pasture up there, didn't we?
All right. Uh-oh.
Whoops. It's not. Makes us know what the heck is going on.
Oops. There, let's shut that down.
No, okay. Is it on?
All right, let's go find this.
Okay.
Straight ahead yet. I'm thinking of a building back out in the field a little ways. That's it right there, I think. Yep. That's it there.
See it, Grandma?
See it?
That building back there?
Right there, building
Yeah,
back.
what is that? Their old house?
No, the
The
schoolhouse.
schoolhouse.
Your schoolhouse?
Your schoolhouse was moved here.
Oh. Well, I thought you were talking about you, and so I wasn't paying any attention.
Yeah, that's it there.
Oh, that's it. This is it, and I went through 1st through 8th grade, graduated from this grade school.
How many people were in your class?
There was only one person in my class.
So were you the valedictorian?
Yes, I was. Not to be bragging, but
So it was just a one-room schoolhouse?
uh-huh.
How many kids went there?
Oh, maybe about 10,
Okay.
10, 12 or so.
And then you went to Columbus High
Yeah,
for high school?
yeah. I graduated high school in 1954.
Meant for people to go to college back then in 1954?
Wasn't that common to go? I always just wanted to do office work, and that was my thing. It felt like I knew. I knew it all. No, I loved typing and shorthand, which I didn't use shorthand much at all, and but I loved those, and bookkeeping. You know, I like bookkeeping a lot. So,
What was your
but
first
I
job?
hate it now. But anyway,
What was your first job?
it was at the telephone company in Columbus, and then after about a year, they relocated. They would have paid us like 1 week's severance, is that the word? But he said, I think if you have a job, just go on, go right away. So I just went over to Dale Products in the office and worked there, and then until I got married. But then we lived in Columbus for about a year and a half, so I worked, then too, after I was married. And they really wanted me to stay on then, but in those days, you didn't think about driving, back to Columbus, So nowadays you would have.
You got it, baby.
Jared hopped the barbed wire fence.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get a picture. Stand there, Jared.
Stay there.
Stand there. Try out this camera. Okay.
Oh, wow.
This is the first pictures I took of this.
Both made our first communions in this old church.
Yeah, in the old church.
We're at St. Joseph Catholic Church where we got married about 8 years ago.
9.
Oh, 9 years, she said.
Well, this is the second time you've been married in this church.
Right. And your grandpa and we were the very first ones to be married in this new church. See, there was an old church, and so we're the first ones to be married here. November 17th. It was 62 years ago, just this year, so. I just remember you girls ringing it after our wedding. I think there was probably a picture, so I hope we have some of those saved.
Yeah.
They got things out of that closet, so I'm hoping those kind of things are. I mean, that was kind of neat. You poor girls had those white communion dresses. It was just perfect, huh?
And then this hall over here.
Yes, and my dad helped build that. And what was it like out of government grain bins at that time? You know, the parishioners built it, and lots of parties and bazaars and everything held here. And in fact, that's where our first wedding reception. I said people would be shocked to have something like that because it wasn't even drywalled. You know, it just. So, but we thought it was nice at the time. We still got married.
So that's where your wedding reception was? Right there?
Right there.
And you guys didn't want to do that again the second time?
I don't know. He didn't want to.
She wanted to have a nice place for our reception, and she wanted a nice reception. We did have a nice reception.
Well, I think this was kind of close by then. We should have really made it rustic. You know, that's the thing, country style.
How old were you when you got married?
19, but I was almost 20 because we got married in November. Okay, this is where our first wedding reception was. The church was built in 1954, but we were the first ones to be married in 1956. We had a kitchen, you know, we had the dinner, and we opened up gifts. There was a stage, and I just remember Paul he didn't really want to open those gifts up, but that's what you did. We were up on the stage opening those gifts, and he didn't like it, but I mean, you know, didn't care after, but it wasn't his choice to go do that. So, and this is, I don't know if I really ever told anybody this, but for a few years after that, I thought, oh, this was the nicest wedding I've been to or have seen. And then afterwards I thought, oh, I bet everybody thinks that about their own wedding. It just kind of struck me, you know. Must have been in the spring of '55. I went to a dance with his sister Rosemary, and I don't know, we just started dating right after that, and well, then so did Rosemary and Larry, but they got married before we did because Paul wanted to wait until after harvest. It wasn't that year, it was the following year. Yeah, we went through that year. So but he didn't want to be in the middle of harvest and get married. Well, as it turned out, we completely dried out, so we could have gotten married a lot sooner, but we didn't know that at the time. But then we lived in Columbus for a year and a half because his folks hadn't moved to town. And then all of a sudden he thought, so it was April 1st of 1955, yeah, that we moved out to the farm. And because he didn't want to be driving, well, they were kind of really wanting me to keep working, and like I say, he could have driven back and forth because his folks weren't off the farm yet, and he really didn't start that soon. But so we lived with them for about 6 weeks, and then they had their house finished in Humphrey. Is this it right here? Well, where is I can't see. Well, tell him so he knows. Yeah. Here's my grandmother, the place we were at, you know, where my dad was raised, Justina and Rudolph Janasek. And this is Leona, and we always called him Sal, Sylvester, that lived on that place then later. And let's see if I think. This is where my folks are buried, Cyrus and Emma Janasek.
How old was he when he died? 92?
97.
97? Oh, yeah.
Close to 98, because he
That's
died
right.
January 26th, and his birthday is March 3rd, so he was almost 98. And in really good health till the end. I mean, you know, very good health for his age. I remember my mom saying, you know, after their marriage, she said, "Oh, I just didn't really like the idea of being buried here, and then, but I kind of got to liking it." She said it's kind of peaceful and quiet, and of course she died pretty young, so 59 when she died. So it is kind of a nice little country cemetery. And
No happy hour tonight. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. But she got wine. Well, if you get halfway down, they just pour you more wine. And I was drinking beer, and we both were. I drank too much beer, but she held her wine pretty good. Except she got.
well, I had a good, you know, a little glass, and then that was fine, and then pretty soon, I don't know, I went to get food or something.
They filled it back.
And then they filled that up again. I didn't need that much.
So we both unwound a little bit. So
Oh, that's right, I forgot our
I
car was
was
here.
wondering why I come up down.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be seeing you probably tomorrow.
Let's see.
I hope you win and break your camera. Your camera either, Caitlin. Your nice camera, so I could have broken it. Okay, let's see. Forget, is this the one? Yep. All right. Bye.